Warning: some of the images are graphic and viewer discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by award-winning artist Beyonce, accompanied by the U.S. Marine Band. Following the national anthem, please remain at your place while the presidential party exits the platform.
Beyonce Knowles is a product of the entertainment industry of the second kingdom in the prophetic charter in Revelation chapter 13, the United States. In the previous study on entertainment versus eternity, we saw how some of the most influential entertainers use their energetic and enticing persona to teach this current generation to reject God. Beyonce is a little bit more subtle. She sends mixed messages, and it is quite sad that people just can't see. She is attractive, and she uses her Afrocentric physique and well-timed choreographed movements to send the wrong signals to men. Whether she is aware of the impact it has, we don't know. But while she is portrayed as this strong, fierce, no-nonsense independent woman as the media presents her, she is really a tool of a male-dominated industry, where she is used to sexualize and to corrupt young girls. What is even more scarier is that over the years, Christians have fanatically and zealously defended her because of her outward profession of Jesus. In the British newspaper The Sun in the year 2003, it labels her as a devout Christian. But the Christianity she promotes is not the apostolic one, but paganized Christianity, which is today called Catholicism. Prayer beads, which is repetitive prayers that Jesus instructs against in Matthew chapter 6 and verse 7, and the burning of candles that represents the immortality of the soul. In 2014, she collaborated with her former Destiny's Child bandmates and sang a song, "If Jesus Says Yes, Nobody Can't Say No," and she lures Christians into believing that she is representing Jesus.
I'm not worried about a thing, 'cause I know you are guiding me. Where you lead me, Lord, I will go. I have no fear 'cause I know who's in control. There's no limit to what you can do, 'cause it all belongs to you. Yes, it all belongs to you. You're almighty and all powerful, and it all belongs to you. Yes, it all belongs to you. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no.
But in the same year, in 2014, in a video called Yours and Mine, a voiceover of a compilation of her videos, she not only sounds like a torn soul, a slave to the music industry who conforms to make herself relevant, but she confesses her true worldviews. She is not a Christian, but a humanist.
When you're famous, no one looks at you as a human anymore. You become the property of the public. There's nothing real about it. You're no longer afraid of going to certain places in your body and your mind and your soul that may make you feel uncomfortable. I always consider myself a feminist. I consider myself a humanist.
What exactly is a humanist? According to the concise Oxford Dictionary, A humanist is an adherent of humanism. Humanitarian, a student especially in 14th to 16th century of Roman and Greek literature and antiquities. So what is humanism and humanitarianism? Humanism is a devotion to human interests, a system concerned with human, not divine or supernatural matters. According to the Virtues English Dictionary, a humanist is one who studies the humanities as opposed to sacred studies. And a humanitarian is one who has a great regard or love for humanity, a philanthropist, one who denies the divinity of Christ and believes him to be a mere man, one who maintains the perfectibility of human nature without the aid of grace. There seems to be a contradiction between Beyonce and her husband. They don't seem to be singing from the same song sheet. The reality is, she is faking it. While she lures naive Christians into believing that she is a professed Christian when she is a humanist, her husband Jay-Z blatantly says, Jesus can't save you. Life starts when the church ends.
When Jesus say yes, nobody can say no. When Jesus say yes, nobody can say no.
Hail Mary to the city, you're a virgin, and Jesus can't save you. Life starts when the church ends. Came here for school.
The antiquities of Rome and Greece has made a home in modern day urban videos, where they are blatantly worshipping the serpent. But what did the Romans and Greeks teach? Bacchus, who is celebrated in modern day carnivals in Brazil, the Caribbean and in the UK, was the god of drunken debauchery, the Bacchanal, a god of human nature. And Venus, where we get the word venereal disease, is the god of sexual pleasure. These gods were a product of humanity's fallen state. In a book titled The Christian Philosopher, the 19th century Scottish scientist and theologian Thomas Dick documents the absurdities of Greco-Roman philosophy. The ancient Greeks and Romans, who boasted of their attainments in philosophy and their progress in the arts, entertained the most foolish, contradictory and unworthy notions of the object of divine worship, of the requirements of religion, and of the eternal destiny of man. They adored a host of divinities characterized by impiety, fraud, injustice, falsehood, lewdness, treachery, revenge, murder, and every other vice which can debase the human mind, instead of offering a tribute of a rational homage to that supreme intelligence who made and who governs the universe. Even their priests and philosophers indulge in the most degrading and abominable practices and entertain the most irrational notions in regard to the origin of the universe and the moral government of the world. Most of them denied a future state of retribution, and all of them had their doubts respecting the reality of an immortal existence and as to the doctrine of a resurrection from the dead. They never dreamed of such an event and scouted when proposed to them as the climax of absurdity. Greek philosophy, especially Platonism, comes under a new face today. It is called Darwinism. And Charles Darwin, whose ideas were not one bit original, taught that we are nothing more than products of nature. His ideas influenced Karl Marx, who is buried in North London in England. And Marxism also teaches that we are also products of nature and that religion is the opium of the people. And he promoted dialectical materialism. Sigmund Freud also taught that we are products of nature and our whole reality is erotic and sensual. What have these humanistic ideas done for the enhancement and benefit of mankind? Let the secular world explain itself for themselves. In The Economist magazine, dated to December 24, 2005, this is how they describe the philosophies of these highly revered so-called intellectuals. The social Darwinists thought that measures to help the poor were wasted, since such people were obviously unfit and thus doomed to sink. Darwinism had to tiptoe around the issue of how human society and behavior evolved. Of the three great secular faiths born in the 19th century, Darwinism, Marxism, and Freudism, the second died swiftly and painfully, and the third is slipping peacefully away. Well, they said it, argument done. Most are totally unaware that the objective of the New World Order is to reprogram your worldview. And to the sincere Christian out there, those who are striving and those who are struggling, how many of us over the years have been influenced by the mass media, the peer pressure to conform so that you're not seen as a killjoy, not just by secular friends, but even by Christians also. The law of embracing the secular views of Western education so you feel intelligent among your peers. The subtle and the sad Laodicean compromising, apostasy and backslidings in the churches. So we have all been influenced, even if we try and put on a holier-than-thou facade in front of our Christian peers. And to truly stand for Jesus in this time of Earth's history without compromising is not going to be easy. And if we are going to be truthful with ourselves, it is going to get a lot harder. But it is better to be honest with ourselves and ask God this sincere question. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting.